Welcome back to 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim's spoiler commentary, playthrough, and analysis. I am here with my best friend Mirth Mouser.
And we're jumping straight back into Shu Amiguchi's route, because it has not locked us out yet. And we had a lot to say about the last one. And
Shu
Amiguchi what's going to happen next.
Amiguchi is definitely one of the characters we have more to talk about, because we stan.
Yes.
Cool. Let's just get into it. A lot of the most interesting plot reveals in this game are behind him.
Honestly, yeah. That's why I remember all of the plot reveals in his route, but less the connective tissue.
Man, I'm really off my game today.
My memory will kick in as we go.
This dream's probably way off in the future. Looked like it was in some kind of lab.
Oh? Oh.
I remember when I first read this, I was so confused.
But that was her, Tomi Kisaragi. It's weird. I keep seeing Kisaragi in my dreams, except it's not exactly me. My name's Ida there. Just two people struggling to survive. Wonder if they're in love. Back in my dream, he called himself Tetsuya Ida. We look identical, but that's not my name, so...
The game's already planting that they're not the same person.
And also,
I was stupid and missed it.
They're mentioning the lab dream.
This dream's probably way off in the future. Looked like it was in some kind of lab.
They're already talking about the lab stuff, which is some of the most interesting shit this game has.
I remember hearing that and not knowing what he was talking about at all, and, I was trying to figure out what he could possibly mean. I thought maybe it might be...
I don't see Karabe-kun.
Central control.
I wanted to talk about my dream. Might be out in the passageway.
I was just trying to figure out what it was.
Ouch!
Ow! Now you have to talk to her.
Oh, it's you.
What?
She's the same. Just like the Kisaragi I saw in my dream.
Did you say something? You got a problem? You were the one just standing around here.
I remember
this part. I remember this part.
Touch Kisaragi. Oh god, he wants to touch him.
He's going to. Watch.
Oh!
What the hell are you doing, you pervert? You think you can do anything you want just because you're popular?
Huh?
Yeah, he lifted up her shirt, by the way.
I did not see that. Oh my god.
No, it's not visible. He says it. He was checking to see if she was...
I just had to make sure you actually had a belly.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he lifted...
What?
Look, I had this dream last night. I just had to make sure you actually had a belly.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh yeah, he lifted up her shirt.
Now you're calling me fat? Now you're calling me fat? What the hell is your problem? How is that okay? Do you think you can just go around grabbing girls?
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't look good for you, buddy. I don't think you can defend yourself here.
I saw her hanging there. Or half of her at any rate. Maybe it really was just a messed up dream.
When I heard that, I was like... When I first read that on my first playthrough, because, I still thought, his dream was some kind of future premonition, it just doesn't make sense yet. I was like, oh no, she's gonna die, isn't she? And then I was like, they were so cute! I was so upset.
I already know what Karabe-kun would say. I gotta lay off the splatter flicks.
Such a skis ball. What's with this guy?
Okay, from her perspective, none of that was good. He just came up to her, pulled her shirt, say, I had to make sure you had a belly, and then didn't explain himself. Kind of feels... it makes sense when you're in Shu's mind, but he doesn't talk to people.
Yuki-chan's supposed to be in Class 1A. No sign of her, though. should get going.
Meet Fuyusaka, okay.
Well, maybe it's when. Well, Iori's usually interesting in every route that's not hers. So.
No. Hey, Fuyusaka. You the only one here?
Hi,
Got something to say?
Amiguchi-kun.
Yeah, let me tell you about my dreams. I was in a big cat suit, and I was falling in love with you because you told me that my ex-boyfriend was actually like a school killer or something. A school shooter.
Karabe-kun's
shot
not
him.
here, huh?
And he turned himself into a pickle, and it was the unfunniest thing I ever seen.
Not that mean.
I had
I'm
this
laughing,
dream.
but it's not
It's
funny.
bugging me. I kind of wanted to talk about it. I had this dream. It's bugging me. I kind of wanted to talk about it.
By the way, to everyone who is a fan of Wave games, Iori Fuyusaka? Yeah, she's Mitsuru in the upcoming Persona 3 Reload. That's a bit of a voice
100%.
difference.
I'm 100% sure that the voice she gives for Miss Morimura is exactly how her Mitsuru would sound. Like, that's gonna be her voice. And
How
that
about you,
fits.
Amiguchi-kun?
It's just gonna take a little getting used to.
How about you, Amiguchi-kun?
Yeah, my dreams have been crazy lately, too.
Do you see robots too?
No. Well, okay, sure, yeah, they're kind of like robots.
What kind of robots?
Well, they were more like androids. I mean, you couldn't tell them apart from human beings. And I'm there in some kind of lab with all these androids.
I know that place. I was there too. In my dream. The 6th biggest underground laboratory in Shikishima, or something.
That place is underground?
The smile.
And I saw Usami-chan there too.
Tomi Kisaragi. Yeah, me too. It's gotta be the same place.
Amiguchi-kun, please, tell me more about your dream.
Okay, so...
I was going wild for what do their dreams really
And
mean?
that should work okay.
So,
And this.
this is...
A lot.
Yeah, this is a hell of a lot to process. Very interesting. Also, I'm gonna be that guy and thirst for this era of adult Tetsuya Ida.
Yeah.
Memory data is now ready.
Also,
He's glad.
Tamao screen time. Because that voice is Tamao.
Also, I gotta say, seeing, adult Tetsuya Ida here, looking still like Amiguchi still was, again, made me further deny that they were the same person. But no, I've seen him older. He doesn't look anything like that cold, dark-haired guy. They can't be the same person. I just was not putting it together. I was just in complete denial. Also, I gotta say, so he's building her body, and her hair is over her tits, so we don't see her nipples, because censorship, obviously. That implies he already built her nipples. Why, Tetsuya Ida? Do you care to explain this one? Did you need them that quickly? Was this vital before you even turned her on? I mean, literally turned her on, not that way. But also that way.
I mean... It is the girlfriend. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess the nipples are absolutely vital in building her.
Also, he sure is building her to be the same age as she was before she died.
Definitely.
Which sure is,
A choice.
yeah.
That's definitely a choice, Tetsuya Ida.
I love his incredibly clinical walking animations. He looks
It's
so...
already a small sign for how cold he's become if his face didn't already show that.
Also, he looks really good with glasses, and I want to see the younger
He
version of
does.
glasses.
He
Thank you,
looks
Tamao-san.
really good.
Thank you, Tamao-san. And that should work okay.
Also, I love that they're finally calling him Tetsuya Ida to really reinforce that.
I really don't know what I'd do without you.
Don't worry, Ida-kun. You succeeded with me. I'm sure you'll do fine with her.
I'm sorry I had to prioritize her. Don't worry. We'll get you a body too. Soon.
I'm looking forward to it.
Also, the way that he says, I had to prioritize her. No, you didn't. You chose
He wanted to.
Let's begin.
Initializing composition. The simulated personality and memories have been synchronized.
Please, come back to me.
And some of the only emotion we ever hear in his voice after he becomes an adult is during this, because of how desperate he is. Everything else is so cold and emotionless.
Yeah, this whole arc with kind of Tetsuya Ida and, building Tomi and, what he does to Juro, it brings up, like, a really big existential horror that stuck with me. That is one of the things that stuck with me most out of the entire game. And I'll go more into it as, we see it come up. This, I love everything about this.
The red eyes, too.
Do you recognize me?
Ida-kun? Wait. Are you his older brother? Did he even have a brother?
It is you.
He looks so... grown up.
I'm sorry it took so long.
And getting to hear him show some genuine emotion, because he hasn't completely lost faith yet. Like, he thinks that everything is going to be okay now. And it won't, but he thinks it will.
It's just, and you can just feel it in his voice and see it on his face. Just how much the years have worn on him. Just how many nights, how many months and months and months he toiled of just like, I gotta get her back. I know it's possible. And just the years have literally worn on him to get to this moment. And then you can almost see him thinking and feeling it was worth it. She's here, she's talking to me, she recognizes me, she has her memories, she's back. It took a long time, but she's back. And how that lasts.
It took 8 years, even with the technology underground.
I can't move.
She's having trouble understanding her situation. I will inhibit her emotions to avoid a panic attack.
And the way that he's so sad about it. Like, he hates that he has to inhibit her emotions like this.
What's happening?
Please listen. Try to stay calm. I analyzed your data from the records in Sector 0. I found data for your old memories, your mind, and now I've transferred them into an android body.
You mean I'm not human?
Oh, it's so horrifying. I love this.
Tamao-san, please turn up the sensitivity on those inhibitors.
Kisaragi-san, you're like me now. An AI, based on memory data. You are constructed to think and act just like her.
So
Gosh, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
I did not remember that we got to see any of this until like late game. I thought basically all of the lab scenes with Tetsuya Ida were very late game stuff. Not quite.
Well, this happened early on. I remember it distinctly happening early on.
I'm surprised, because a lot of this feels like such late game stuff. Maybe I just did a fair amount of it late in my first run?
Maybe, because when we did the first thing of Godo's route, like just his first one, I was like, this is such late game information, why are we seeing it so soon? But it's because I put his off so much. But no, this was early on, and this one scene hooked me and horrified me in ways I almost struggle to explain, but I guess I gotta slowly deconstruct it. Okay, so I guess to start, to just kind of ease into it, this plot line that really goes into what makes a person, what makes you, you, and how much of you is you, and it's like, how much of you is really you? This is the one kind of all this lab stuff. I do think this loses a little bit of impact with the game's final reveal that it's all in simulation, and let me explain why. When I was initially shown this, I was shown it as a girl, a human, real girl, with a biological, functional brain, a physical girl. She died. She was killed. Everything about her is gone. She is dead. And so they basically constructed what they had of her memory, her personality, and rebuild her. But that's not the same girl. That is not the same biological girl coming back to life. That girl is gone. This is just a scientific AI replica of that girl. This is not Tomi coming back to life. This is a copy of somebody who is dead. Are you the same person? Would you consider that the same person even if she has all her memories? Even though it's not the same person at all? Because you could technically make that whether or not she was alive or dead. Do you define who you are just by your memories?
I think this is less of an existentially horrifying thing for me, because this is not the first time I have seen this plotline. I'm not gonna say where else I've seen this plotline, because that's a spoiler, but I have seen this plotline elsewhere, and it's not... Yeah, it's never really given that horrifying context.
That is fair enough. It's not like I've never ever seen this idea. It's not like I never saw this idea before now, but it's never hit me as hard as when I saw this. And just, and that really that really made me question, what do you consider a person? What do you consider human life? It's like, where does it stop? Where does it end? And we get into later scenes where Tomi's like, you can't inject me, everything about my AI into a physical girl's brain. You will kill her. It's like, that you will erase her mind and kill her. That physical human girl you loved is gone. I am nothing but an electronic replica. Is that electronic replica still a person to you, despite it just being code and machine? Is a person defined by what they physically are? By how they act? By what they feel? What is even death? I loved these questions. I loved this so much. And you constantly get this horrifying stuff throughout the game here and there. And that's partially why I was a little let down by I say it was a little at the time. At this point, it was a lot at the time. At this point, it's just a little bit. Little let down by the game's final twist that, they're all code. Because that kind of kills some of the existential dread when you are comparing, physical humans and then, ones that, have nanomachines in them, so they become more simulative, to literal AI robots, to copying everything a person is, to transferring it, to erasing it. It's really a mesh of barriers of what even is a person anymore. And you need all those different levels to have that horror of it. And I kind of lost that with the realization that it's all a simulation, they're all the same. It's like, that doesn't give me the same horror as having all the steps and really messing with it. And it's so good, it's so horrifying. I love it so much. Anyway, 13 Sentinels is a good game. You can continue now.
A very good game.
To be Tomi Kisaragi.
You're still you.
Let me try to calm her directly. Could you connect us?
Do what you can. Please.
Even he's trying to say you're still you, and he doesn't even sound like he fully believes it when he says that. It almost sounds like he's trying to convince himself of that. Because he's not bringing.
We've got a problem with the
life.
Sentinels,
He just
Ida-kun.
made a copy.
Give us cheesecake shots.
You know, I guess under this game's logic of, you know, just loading data up and making a copy, yeah, how much of these people are even themselves is just that if you're you know, saved in Sector 0 and, you know, yeah, your original self was deleted and you're loaded again, are you still considered the same person? You are already deleted and all that's left for you is a copy. Can you continuously copy yourself when you reload yourself? Like, you keep dying and then just making new versions of yourself, or you just what do you consider death? I like 13 Sentinels.
Yeah, it's a good video game.
The Sentinels we thought were complete aren't responding. The Sentinels are working off of the same codebase as the D-series. So it has to be the D-code control holding them back. If we want to disrupt that function, well, we need someone compatible to maintain direct access. Something wrong?
No.
Is this a bad time?
No, everything's fine now.
It couldn't be a worse time, in fact.
Yeah, the way he says
No.
but it very much is.
Yeah.
She's calmed down.
Really?
And then the instant smile and excitement.
Yeah, that you can just
Tommy?
with a
What
few
happened?
lines of code calm down someone's emotions.
To the real me.
Well,
Please, be honest.
Juro killed you. You and the other kids.
I believed this for a long time because that lined up with what I saw. I saw him shoot the kids. I saw him kill the kids. I assumed that's what happened to all of them. And it was a lot, and it was some big information to undo because of how long I believed that.
Wait, if Jiro didn't kill Tommy, what happened to Tommy?
If I recall, from what Miura says, when they were trying to... I don't know if they were teleporting somewhere or doing some kind of transfer. It was Hichiyama, Tomi, Karabe, and Miura. They were basically trying to, you know, shift, I think, and this... Either the mechanism collapsed or got disrupted, and they all died. So no, they were not shot and killed, otherwise their data would have been saved because they didn't save anyone else besides those four. See, this is the gaps I'm struggling to fill, because I'm not fully sure what happened either, but I just know one character said, like, we were trying to escape, and then it collapsed and we died, and then that was the whole revelation where Morimura was like, oh, you didn't kill them.
I forgot about that detail. Thank you.
I do need to hear it all again to really piece it together cleanly.
Still, the way that maybe Ida would have told her the real story, but before he gets the chance to, Chihiro interrupts and says what she thinks is the real story, because it's what she's been told by Ida, and she's trusted Ida this whole time.
Yeah, from what I can tell, I don't think Ida, you know, saw him kill the other four, but I think he just assumed that since Jiro killed everyone else.
And I put him down.
Saw that on the bridge scene.
And we're gonna see this. Oh no, we're not. Okay. I thought we were going to see the scene where he shoots everyone, but no, we saw that already with Jiro.
Yeah, we did. That was one of the first scenes you see of older Jiro and Morimura.
that dream again. Man, what time is it? No way I'm getting back to sleep after that. So in that dream, my name's Tetsuya Ida. It looks like it takes place in the future. And Fuyusaka's apparently been seeing stuff in the same place. Huh. I've been seeing things through Tetsuya Ida's eyes. But Fuyusaka... Actually, now that I think about it, the Ms. Morimura in my dreams looks pretty familiar. She kinda reminds me of Fuyusaka.
Oh, could that mean?
They're gonna say that a lot. Morimura and Fuyusaka being the same is something they really love hinting at a lot in the early game. And we've already had it directly confirmed because we went through Iori's route and did as much of it as possible. But
yeah.
And
I remember figuring out through Juro's route when it came to, Juri said, I think you were with me, and then I saw that older Iori, and then I put together like, wait, isn't that Morimura? They called her Morimura in some of Shu's flashbacks, and then I put it together. It's fairly easy to put together.
I love that they're always using this song. Like, it's always her big song. And then one of my favourite moments in the entire game, one that just really sticks out to me for some reason, is during Area 2 Wave 10, when she's about to leave the communications range, and Shu Amiguchi, our Shu Amiguchi, asks the love of his previous loop self to sing for them before she leaves. And you know that she's no longer in range when you can't hear her singing anymore. And it's just such a nice emotional moment there.
Especially hits because, she does sing for a good portion of the battle, and then eventually her singing just cuts.
And it's such an interesting choice to make that a battle theme, a boss battle theme. This song playing for a boss fight. Like, it's just something about it is so delightfully contradictory and incoherent in the best way.
Yeah, if you contrast the right things where, they don't fit at all, sometimes they can fit really well. I guess the best comparison I can think to that is it's like the opening of WALL-E. You just see pictures of space while you listen to the music from Hello Dolly. It doesn't fit together in the slightest, and yet it fits perfectly. The movie could have not started any other way. That's the closest comparison I can think of.
WALL-E is easily one of their better movies. Probably the best one that's not made by Brad Bird.
It's in my top 5 for best Pixar movies, easily. I adore WALL-E.
Because the best.
I think it's a masterpiece. Of a
yeah.
film. I don't care what people say that it gets weird when the humans show up. No, the film's a masterpiece.
Because the best two are the two that Brad Bird made, which are The Incredibles and Ratatouille.
Mm-hmm.
Like, easily.
Pretty good. I love those two.
They're easily the best two. But after that, WALL-E's probably the best.
Anyway, enough about Pixar gushing. Back to Shu.
Not coming out today? You in there? Not coming out today?
Talking to your closeted conscious? I can't say conscience. No, he's not coming out today. A shame.
Hello? Nothing to see here, just a guy talking to his TV.
And the way he's blushing while he says that. It's so matter of fact. He's so self-aware. It's great.
Nothing to see here, just a guy talking to his TV. Okay, maybe I'm just going nuts. Okay, maybe I'm just going nuts.
I love
No, you're not. I'm glad you talked to me.
They add a lot of extra reverb to her voice lines whenever she's talking through the TV, which is a cool vocal effect.
There
For
you are.
CTR.
Oh, that's a song. Miyuki Inaba.
What is going on?
From the sounds of things, this might still take a while.
Are Are you the real Miyuki Inaba? Or something else just wearing her face?
There's only one Miyuki Inaba in the world. But whether this face is just a mask, it's hard to say. Sometimes a mask is all an idol has. Sometimes it's all they are.
Hey, have you seen the movie Perfect Blue by Satoshi Kon? Let's reference that blatantly. It's only one of the most popular anime movies of all time that's not by Ghibli.
Actually, I haven't seen that one. I did see half of Paprika, though.
I know this is a normal TV set. It doesn't even do video phone stuff. Pretty sure I shouldn't be able to talk to someone through it.
You yourself are the transmitter. The TV is just the receiver. This is the only way I can communicate with you. I was blocked by universal control.
That's the first time in this playthrough that we're hearing that term.
Universal control.
And
that's gonna come back
me access.
Yep. I love the pacing on when they introduce terms.
I was blocked by universal control.
Because they bring it up sometimes in Tomi's route as well, when Miwako comes with them to the Sector 3, but doesn't come home with them.
Is it erased? It horrified me when I first went through it, like, it erased her!
So I had to sneak in on this broadcast.
Kinda over my head, but I guess the point is, you hijacked the airwaves, and that's how we're talking.
You could say that.
You could say that.
You could say that.
I think it works as how she says. She's basically transmitting the message directly into his brain, and he's processing that through talking to a TV.
Why me,
She could
though?
essentially be talking in his mind. It's just how he sees it is this way.
Why me, though?
You're the only one I can find. More accurately, your ID is the only one I could locate. But even beyond that, I know I can depend on you.
I'm fairly sure that she's lying here, because in the epilogue I'm pretty sure they say that I could have chosen any of the IDs, but I chose you because I knew I could depend on you. I think she can actually find the others.
I do remember her saying I chose you because I could depend on you. I don't remember the former, but you might be right. I'll keep an ear out.
They may not directly say, hey, I was lying, because that Tetsuya Ida never got told that, but
I'll keep an ear out if they imply it. They probably do.
well, the fact that she's saying she was the only one, like he was the only one she could find here, but then says she chose him later on, implies that it wasn't true.
Oh, that's a good point. I see what she's saying now.
Okay, back up. You said something would take a while. What were you talking about?
It will take a while to help you understand.
Understand what?
Our situation.
Yep.
I'm being tracked. I'm being tracked. I'm cutting the connection for now.
To be continued. Oh, okay. Mystery files.
Who is tracking her? That is the question.
I think it's Ida.
The answer is Tetsuya. It's Ida. It's Ida.
The Cybernetic Organism Development Room in Shikishima Tech Lab No. 6. It is located 6 levels underground in the year 2100. This was an experimental facility where everything but the brain was replaced by artificial objects in the human body. Tetsuya Ida was developing a way to turn humans into androids.
Even the brain is getting replaced, unless you mean, the information stored in the brain.
So immediately after Chihiro kills Jiro, consciousness and body. This is scene number 20, again another really early one. And we get all of the lab scenes right here. So this chunk is the section of lab scenes before 2104. Like back when he still resembles the old Tetsuya Ida and not the current version. Which means this is some very good scenes right here.
Oh, yeah, those are some of my favorite scenes in the whole game. Again, it's because I love this existential I adore it so much. It's one of the things that come to mind when I think about how much this game left an impact on me.
I can't stop looking at the fucking DNA strand now that I see
I know,
them.
they're so cool! They're so cool!
And then immediately after the Miura one, we see the Fuyusaka one. So 3 scenes. And if we go to his timeline, yep, these, which also fills in the blanks in between this. Yeah, okay. Okay, do we have more of them? He's locked.
We got
I remember
Natsuno.
I remember a lot of the most painful locks for the story were the ones for Shu Amiguchi, because I was like getting so invested.
Mine were Ichiyama's. I was way too invested. It was cruel when they would get locked, but
Yeah.
it took me a while to get invested into his route because it's locked for so long.
Yeah, Sekigahara, Miura, and Amiguchi were definitely the 3 I was the saddest for. I was also pretty sad for Yuki's. I really like Yuki's story. And Jiro's.
Yeah, Yuki's got locked so often that it was almost hard to kind of keep up, you know, when her Natsuno missing thing happened. Because for a while, I was so certain that it's like, Natsuno's gone missing, she hasn't come back in a few days. I thought it was when it was going to coincide for when she got stuck in the 40s, and BJ's like, we can't go back, it's locked. You know, analysis will be complete in 3 days and 48 hours. And like, oh, is that when she got locked in the past? And no, that happened later, so hers being constantly locked made it a little hard to put that together. I mean, I eventually got it, but yeah.
Okay. So next time we're gonna get started on Yuki, who is one of the best girls. We love Yuki. Yuki's
I
great.
adore Yuki. I adore Yuki so much.
I feel like I've started liking Yuki slightly less and Natsuno noticeably less as time goes on. Just because
Bummer.
Natsuno's kind of dumb.
Almost. Yeah, but she's cute and spunky and fun.
Kinda, but she's just a little too unobservant for my tastes. I don't know.
I mean, I find someone dumb as long as you know they're entertaining enough, and you know
I guess.
they're enough of a character to roll with it and make it work, rather than they're just annoyingly dumb and miss everything, and they're just there to make you frustrated. Like, no, Natsuno's just very spunky and into the adventure, and has her mind wandering in so many places that it kind of makes it a little difficult for her to piece everything together, but it gets her into situations where she can piece things together.
Like, I used to play this game under the idea that there were 7 best characters, and they were Miura, Sekigahara, Amiguchi, Ogata, Tomi, Yuki, and Natsuno. And all 7
I'd
of
still
them,
agree with that.
and all 7 of them deserved best character status, like as a tie. But now I think I can fairly easily cut Natsuno out of that list. I don't feel as passionate about her as I do the other 6.
Fair enough. I still adore her. If anything, I love her more with time.
I will say, she definitely got boosted with the combat update, because holy shit, she is amazing now. She's way more powerful than she used to be.
Used her all the time anyway. It didn't matter if she was technically not great.
She wasn't just technically not great, she was noticeably the weakest party member in the game, and now she's one of the best. Whoever did the combat update really liked Natsuno, that's all I'm saying.
She deserved it.
Yup.
But yeah, we should probably close this episode on Shu and see if we can start Yuki's.
Thank you all for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Leave a comment down below on what you thought, and yeah. I started this series because I wanted people to talk more about this game, and I wanted to encourage discussion, and I wanted someone to make the 67 billion hour-long video analysis for this game that I craved, and I realized no one was going to do that if I didn't. So fuck it, I'm doing it.
Someone had to do it. It may as well be you. You're going to enjoy the process anyway.
Yep. So thank you all for joining. We will catch you in the next one. This is Hamburg Chariot and Mirth Mauser signing out. See ya, everybody.
We'll see you then.